I've just finished work and I was going to go to town, but I don't fancy walking around in this weather. Meh. Good afternoon guys, how you all doing? As you can probably tell from my voice, I'm not exactly 100% better yet. In fact, I was still feeling the flu symptoms right up until yesterday. My nose was still running, not as much as it was before, and I kept still having my dizzy spells. But my energy levels were fine, so that's good. So I went back to work this morning, which was fun. I've just coughed on my hand. Hold on, I need to go wash it. Always, always kill the germs. That's better. I don't even know why I coughed into my hand. I always cough into my sleeve. So yes, I've been to work this morning, and at first I was like, ugh. I think around, well, during my break, I had my food, read some of the book I was reading, and then I decided to try and have a nap. I was gone, straight out, and when my alarm woke me up, I'm like, where am I, what planet am I on? I even had to go and ask my friend, my work colleague, if I was in a dream. I was just completely dazed, and then after that I started doing a lot of work and I just perked up. I'm still coughing, as you can tell my voice is a little weird, which I find kind of strange because my throat isn't sore yet. I'm pretty sure that'll happen at some point. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I can breathe through my nose fairly okay. It's not blocked up or anything, but yeah. So that's where I am at the moment. I've relegated the flu down to a cold now. Can you guys hear that? My stomach is grumbling like crazy. That's the one thing that hasn't gone away, is my appetite at all. Yes, I was going to go to town today because I didn't go on Friday to get my comic books. I'm not going to collect comic books in this weather, and I wanted to go and look in HMV and CEX, and I also want to go to Decathlon to look at some running shirts. I know I've not been running for what, 3-4 weeks now, but that's because I had the flu, otherwise I would be running. But yeah, I want to get another shirt. I looked in Sports Direct I think about 3 weeks ago, and there was just nothing really jumping out at me. Not that shirts actually jump out at you. I don't know, I'm talking daft now. But yeah, I've got to go out in that now to walk Harley. And now I have a wet dog. Bless. That's why the fire's on. Let him dry out. One of the things that I managed to get done while I've been off work ill was finish my holiday film, my Scotland one. Finally, I think I finished it Saturday night, Sunday morning, something like that. Anyway, one thing I haven't mentioned before, oh I'm back in this chair again, is that I noticed something on my last holiday film, the Disneyland Paris one, where the footage playing on the DVD looked a bit distorted, but only when the camera was moving. You know, if things were zipping past the camera it was fine. Whenever the camera was still, it was fine, but whenever I was panning across something, it was like the images were copying themselves and crossing over, sort of thing. It's very hard to explain. It was like, say there was a box, and if I'm panning past it, you see sort of two boxes overlapping each other. Now it's not a main problem. I'm fine with it, but I've been trying to wrap my brains into why it's doing it on the DVD and not on the computer. So what I did was I put the first chapter onto a DVD to see what would happen, a rewritable, tried it, and there it was, the distortion. So I've been thinking, oh, maybe it's the file size or something, because I've noticed this. My holiday film files that I've been saving, it's at 1920 aspect, but on this DVD maker, as you can see, it's 720, and that's the highest it will go, which I don't really have a problem with because 720 is still HD. So what I was doing was compressing the file into a smaller file size. So instead of it being 1920, I went to 1440, and then I tried 1280. But they were still doing the distortion thing. So I thought, well, what happens if I render it into a different file format? Instead of AVC HD, go to WMV. I think that's the right one, where these videos go onto. these files, the files from these vlogs. So I rendered a 720 and a 1280, put them onto the DVD and put them on the TV. Now the 720 was what I expected, blurred or pixelated even. Not blurred, what am I on about? Yeah, it was pixelated, and I kind of expected that. The 1280 though was fine. It wasn't perfect. It was almost like it wasn't crystal clear like AVC HD was, but it wasn't doing the distortion. So last night before I went to bed, I had just enough time to do it. I re-rendered the file itself, the whole chapter 1, that's the one I've been using, as a 1440 size file on WMV, and also a 1920 at WMV. So what I'm going to do now is pop this rewritable disc in, and I've got 3 versions of the same chapter. That's the 1280, 1440 and 1920, and see how it comes out. Fingers crossed. But either way, if it doesn't work, if it's still distorted, I don't care. I won't be bothered. I'll just do it that way anyway, because I want to design the DVD, because I've actually done something different with it. Well, I'm going to do something different. See, Pete had given me a disc full of photos that he and Joe had taken, and some video files, I think off Joe's phone and I think off Pete's camera, and I've created bonus footage. So what's going to happen is my film will play as normal, and then there's going to be extras, and you click on the extras and there's going to be 2 files. You click on one and it's bonus film footage from Joe, and if you click on the other one it's bonus film footage from Pete, and I'm kind of happy about that. And I start thinking, ooh, maybe I can put my vlogs on, but no, that's just taking it too far. Right, pop this in and we're going to see how this works out. And while I wait, I think I'll play some GTA 5. I'm playing my film with the mute button because of copyright music. Look at this, look. There is no distortion whatsoever, because that's one of the pan shots that does it, and it's only at 1440, this one. I've yet to look at the 1920. Oh, by the way, the DVD finished pretty quick. I'm just like, basically mouth open, like, okay. Of course this means that I'm going to have to re-render every single chapter as a WMV file, but I've yet, like I say, I've yet to see 1920, see how that looks. Maybe I should have a look now. That's obviously working, so let's skip to the last one. This is the bit I like, right here. Ready? Now. See, I watched the 1280 again and it wasn't perfect. There were lines, like very minute lines coming up on the screen. You know, like when there was a subtitle or anything like that. 1920's working. I know this because we passed River Eden and the Scotland sign, and they've been either distorted or pixelated or just unreadable basically, and now it isn't doing that. But my real test is when we got to Loch Lomond. I panned across the whole lake, well, the loch should I say, and you've got the mountains in the background and the boats, and what was pixelating was the writing on the boats. So let's just see what happens when it gets to that. It's almost there. We're coming up to Loch Lomond now. Like I said, these had lines on them, these titles. Okay, here we go. This is the real test. I can see everything. See that red thing there? That was blurred as well. I mean, not blurred, it was distorted. So I'm going to have to re-render every single chapter as a WMV file. Now I know from, you know, when it comes to the future things, I can hear clicking. My heating's kicked on. Wait, what time is it? 4 o'clock, just gone. That's right, I set it to come on at 4 while 5, just to give the house a blast. Side note, ADD. But yes, I'm very, very happy with this. let's just see the next bit what with the pan shot. Any second now. There, look at that, that's so beautiful. I don't know if you guys can actually make it out on this camera here, but wow, I've solved a problem. And all I had to do was save it as a different file to AVCHD. That looks like, I guess that means AVCHD is not brilliant for making DVDs out of. It looks fantastic on the screen, and when I watch it back on the TV on YouTube, because that's what I make my main videos on. But yeah, for DVDs, now I know how to deal with it. Great, so that means I can now make my DVD, although not right now, because I'm going to sit down and have my tea and watch something I've been wanting to watch for 25 years now, and I've already mentioned this in a previous vlog. It's time to start watching this, although I have recently watched the pilot episode. I guess I'm just going to have to watch it again. But yes, I'm so happy with that now. Anyway guys, I'm going to go. Hopefully tomorrow it's not going to be raining, and then I can go to town. If I do, I'll bring you guys with me. But if it's like this again, I'll wait until another day. Until the next time, peace out. Huh. It sounds a lot worse than it was. And no doubt Harley will want to go for another walk in it later.